Alright guys, welcome back. It's me X, and we're gonna be here starting off a new series, some Minecraft, because we'll play that. We'll play whatever if it's on our computer, but some Minecraft Modpack Cuboid Outpost. We're gonna go ahead and start a new world here. What should we call it? How about we call it Outpost X? Yeah. We're just gonna go over here. Confirm live. Forgot to do that, but sure. Survival, allow cheats, normal. Alright. You know what, let's turn that on just because some troubleshooting if we need to do that. But we'll hop right into it here on a new playthrough. This will be probably a new series on the channel. And remember, if you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe to see more as we play Cuboid Outpost. And that's the hopes. Joining world. Excuse me, guys. Just ate some food. Alright, and we're here. We're going to pause it really quickly. Change the music to, like, I don't know, 20. Turn weather down to 40. Turn blocks down to 40. Note blocks to 60. Friendly creatures to 20. Environment to 50. Hostile creatures to, we'll leave that 100. I don't know what we're gonna find here, but and then we will adjust the master volume when needed. FOV. Oh yeah, Quake Pro. You guys know it. Video settings. Max frame rate should be unlimited. Let's go brightness bright so you guys can see. Fancy, all particles, entity shadows. I think that's it. We do have resource packs available. Quark textures from the programmer art era. Do we want that? Sure, let's put it on. Programmer art. Sure. Let's load it all up. Okay. There it goes. Still going. Maybe. Oh, no, it's not responding, guys. It should, there it goes. Alright, that way we just have all the texture. This is going to be a short start, because we're actually going to jump on over to a different game after this. That is cool. A door sensor. Alright, what do we got? Quest book, materials and you. I believe that's Tinker's Construct. Oh yeah. And then the one probe, read me. Alright, things you should know about the one probe. This mod can show a tooltip on screen when you look at a block or an entity. In this pack, the probe is configured to be required to see extended information when sneaking. Okay, so hold shift, but not for basic information. You can change this here. Needed, not needed, extended. Check out the mods option for many client-side configuration settings or sneak right click this note for a more user-friendly setup. Okay. Got it. So if we shift right click, got it. Placement, so this is where it is, huh? Move the tooltip here. Can we do center? Yeah, do center. Actually, do we want center, guys? Yeah, we can't have it over the mini-map. But we'll have it centered. Default style, full transparent, black and white. Ooh, I think... Should we go full transparent? I think I like full transparent. Can we... Oh yeah, we can... Oh, that's as small as it gets. Oh, okay, super small. There we go, guys. We'll have it small. You guys can still read, right? Like, you guys can still read the... Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want it to take too much space. Yeah. Alright, we'll go ahead and start this quest book. And, start at the beginning of the end, I suppose. Good day to you. I hope this missive finds you well. Before I get too far ahead of myself, I want to thank you for all the hard, even exemplary work that you have done for the corporation over the years out there in Outpost 42. You have our sincere thanks and eternal gratitude. Well, maybe not quite eternal. You see, our scientific division here at the Cuboid Corp have made a little bit of a mistake. Somehow they managed to quantum entangle not 2, but 3 singularities at once. At first, this felt like amazing technological and scientific progress, but then they put them straight into one of our teleporter arrays. Well, that's when it happened. Interesting. Let's go. So, what happened? So anyway, here's the short version. A chain reaction started. We can't control it. We've literally got a few more minutes before our entire communication network shuts down, and shortly thereafter, life as we know it on our home planet comes to a brutal, fiery, apocalyptic end. Oops. So there's no way for us to retrieve you, no way for us to connect you with other outposts, and only theories as to what might happen next. Sorry. What we can do, however, is try to give you the best possible chance of survival. Check mark. Look on the bright side. The good news, on the brighter side, your outpost is amazingly well equipped, as you well know. There's the latest in luxurious equipment, including, but not limited to, renewable power in the form of both solar and wind generators, a fridge to keep your ration packs fresh, top-of-the-line technology, the latest in digital storage that the corporation has to offer. Sorry, guys. Grammar's getting here. A bed. All right, we got a spawn point. All the water you can melt, practically. Okay, somewhere warm to protect you from the elements. Life is good. All right, we get cuboid ration packs for this. Did we miss? No rewards. No rewards, right? Yeah. All right. The bad reality. All right. The bad news is, unfortunately for you, life is going to get a lot more complicated. For example, the planet you're on has no natural plant life. In fact, it's completely barren. No native animal life either, and limited natural resources. All right. Makes sense. And to make matters worse, we're not going to be able to offer much assistance. We can and will release care packages for you upon completion of certain tasks, which will be made available to you at the appropriate time. Don't worry though, you'll want to complete them. After all, your very survival depends on it. Alright. We're not in Kansas anymore, guys. The really bad news, unfortunately, there are a few other points to be aware of. The accident seems to have made it possible for undesirable life forms to materialize throughout the universe. We call them mobs. There seem to be a wide variety of them, but every cloud has a silver lining, even mushroom clouds. They could provide to be invaluable as a source of new materials and even food, so it's actually good news. Yay. I'm sure you'll be super grateful for small mercies, so you'll be glad to hear that our science division has managed to cobble together a gadget that will reduce the need to sleep and make your naps feel a lot shorter. Okay, simply equip it, and over time your need to sleep will be reduced as this sleep charm attunes itself to your genetic code. Now, let's get ready to start your new life by ripping up your old one. Sounds good. Check mark. And we get the sleep charm, which allows players to sleep without delay, slowly reduces the insomnia counter. Alright. Got it. Step and tasks info. Got it. Steps and task. Step tasks with gear shape are typically the start of a particular chapter. We got that. In other words, you usually want to try to open up all the gears if your game. Okay, got it. With a square shape or part of the main survival guide, requirements is if your aim is to progress through the pack and skip some of the less critical items, you can focus on completing squares first. Steps with circle are either usually totally optional or just not critical to your continued existence. While this is the intent, it may not be possible that this doesn't always hold true, but it hopefully gives you to approach things. Got it. Thank you very much. Making the most of this survival guide. The survival guide has been lovely crafted, even if mainly out of guilt, to help you make new life for yourself in this barren and somewhat inhospitable land you're stranded in. Okay, the first thing to note is that it's important to read what we've written. Yes, we do waffle on a bit, but there's usually a point to it. If you skim through, you might miss an important bit of information and die a cold, lonely, horrible death. The choice is yours. Some tasks have fairly long explanations and even hints in them. You might need to scroll down to see it all. To complete a step, you'll need to complete the listed tasks. The survival guide will automatically attempt to recognize when you've completed something, but it's attuned to you. So ensure you hold the item in your inventory for it to be automatically recognized. Yep, we've had some issues with not fully holding the item. If you're wondering why a particular step is grayed out and unavailable to you, there's a little black arrow with the tasks box that will open up a list of other steps you need to complete first. Yeah, prerequisites. You can select one from that list to be taken to that step in this guide. Alright. Thank you very much. Sounds good. Farewell. That is it. We will pin this. Can we make this bigger? Oh, no. That's fine. We can do that. Alright, there seems to be Appendix A, A to B, squared away for reference, D and E. Alright. 5, a new world, a new beginning. Got it. So we'll start at 1, getting started. Yeah, we'll keep that closed. Looks like we start here at this, breaking it down for you. With a distinct lack of resources available to you, the only way forward is to find a way to recycle some of what you have now into something more useful. We're going to have to be very methodical and careful along the way, and to be frank, we might not have thought through all of the ways of achieving things. Got it. Sorry, guys. So sometimes we'll have a lot of guidance for you, and other times you'll have to use your own initiative to figure out how to achieve some goals. To begin with, though, what's left of our scientific division has managed to pull together a plan for how to get you started. Trust in the process, follow the advice, and it will work out in the end, probably. Before we get stuck into that, though, we'll need to make use of some of the locally available materials. Okay, check mark, and we get an iron pickaxe. Hi ho, it's not so good. The planet you're on seems to have a thick crust of fairly weak material, and due to the minimal tectonics, is in a fairly thick and even top layer. Head out into the snow, there's a shovel in the ME system, grab your pickaxe and go mine some of it up. You should be able to combine some of what you collect into chunks ready for further processing. Okay, so not so Good-ium chunk. I think that's what it's intended to be pronounced. Not so Good-ium. We need 16 not so Good-ium chunks. We have snowballs in a framed drawer. Alright, so we'll open our inventory, put this sleep charm in. Okay, ring hands. Charm. Got it. Sleep charm acquired. The sun is already going down. We completely missed the first day, but that's alright. There seems to be a shovel in here with snowballs, and we have ration packs that we can throw in the fridge. I assume this doesn't go bad. We've got power generation with wind turbines, redstone furnace, pulverizer, and a separator, infinite water at the sink, the magma crucible. Okay. Makes lava and water, and snowballs. Got it. But we also have a 4K storage cell. Alright. There's already bad people. So let's hit up the kitchen drawer. Has nothing. We'll sleep in our bed. Alright. Insta sleeping. Because we love that. Hopefully... You don't trip that, right? Yeah. Ouch. We got hit. That's not ideal. Alright, so we ought to... Man, there's a lot of spiders on this side. We ought to dig into the crust and get ourselves some of this. Not so good-ium ore. Interesting. It seems to be pretty self-explanatory. Very well written quests. We'll take this layer out just because. We'll go one more. Why not? We apparently need 16 chunks. So I believe, yeah, that will make 16. Got it. Alright guys, we're starting this off pretty nicely. We'll pretend that we didn't completely waste the first day. And look at that, everything has despawned already. We're actually gonna go snatch some things up. And this is literally just a barren planet. We've got our renewable solar panels and wind turbines up there. And so far we're just mining not so good-ium. Seems pretty simple life to me. Wonder how thick this goes, because it's just going. But let's do the quest book. Actually, we can go to the options, controls, do quests, and we'll make quests mouse button 5. No, we'll make it mouse button 4. Yeah. Alright, so we don't need that. We read the one probe. One probe is our Wayla. Pickaxe. I guess we'll do that. And quests. Alright, hi-ho. We've got it. The planet you're on seems to have a thick crust. Alright. Ready for further processing. Rotten luck. You might have noticed by now what nights can be pretty scary. These mobs, or what we're calling them, seem to appear in droves after sunset. Be careful out there. On the plus side, it seems that some of them are affected by the natural radiation produced by the local sun. Right, so they burn. And some, but not all of them, perish in the sunlight. Even better, some of them leave behind some useful things. You might want to make it a habit to head outside in the mornings and pick up some of what's left behind. If you're really lucky, you might even find some sort of meat product that could perhaps sustain to you until we get a better food supply sorted out. Got it. Let's get cooking. Now you have some chunks. You can make some metallic ingots. Just pop the chunks straight into the furnace. But that's a little bit wasteful. If you pulverize them first, you can get more out of the metallic material in dust form, which can then be smelted, effectively doubling your output. Alrighty. So we pulverize it into dust, right? Boom. Yeah. And while that's pulverizing, we'll go ahead and just make some more silica and carbon deposits. Might as well just hop down here and just keep mining. We will stop the episode here. And we still got a little bit, but we're gonna have to jump into our Fortnite session. That'll be up on stream. If you guys want to watch the stream, tune in at twitch.tv/Xenoxis. Or I believe there's a link on the YouTube channel. currently Minecrafting it up. So here's the other scary thing, is now we're getting into a deep dark hole. Deep dark hole just seems a little scary, because we'll probably get stuff spawning in our deep dark hole. So somehow we need to get some lights. Alright, we have 16, yeah, not so Good-ium redstone furnace. There we go. We should get a whole... Yeah. Not so Good-ium ingot. Doubling the output. All the mobs seem to have despawned. We do need a spider eye. Kentucky Fried Spider Eye. Turns out that cooking spider eyes reduces their toxicity and, more importantly, improves their taste. Alright, so we cook spider eyes. Bone meal, make yourself some bone meal. We can then make a meal from it. Alright, broth. Effectively doubling. We need bowls. There's no need to be uncivilized. One really good thing about the not so Good-ium ingots you've been making is that for a metal, it's surprisingly malleable. In fact, you should be able to quite easily make some not so Good-ium bowls from this stuff. Alright, there's a hole in my bucket. Alright, because if there wasn't, I wouldn't be able to fill it up. Exactly. You can make a bucket from any of the ingots you've made so far. The bucket itself will, for some unexplained reason, look and behave exactly like a bucket made from iron. But it isn't, honestly. Alright. Okay. Okay, and we just use iron. But that's not needed, right? Because we've got dust to smelt, and our ingots are done. We can make bowls and buckets. I assume we can use the crafting terminal. Yeah. So that's bowls and buckets. We can also make a rod. Yeah. Boots and armor. 1. What about a whole plate? 3. Yikes. Sorting direction. I don't know. That's fine. So we've got the bucket and we've got bowls. It seems that the carbon deposits can be crafted together into coal, okay, which is really useful. If you make some rods out of those not so Good-ium ingots, you should be able to make torches, and once you have those, making lanterns should be simple enough too. Alright, until now having decent light at night wasn't important, but since we now seem to have mobs taking over when it's dark, lighting up the place a bit might not be a bad idea. Exactly. That's what I like. So the carbon, boom, straight into coal. And then we get a rod. So the rod turns into a torch. Oh yeah, okay. And then lanterns also with any not so good nugget. Got it. Like that. Perfect. Then we need some nugget. And then we surround our torch with the nugget. It makes a single lantern. Alright, this little light of mine. Torches and more lanterns. Best stuff. Alright, gearing up. Now that you've some basic materials to work with, you should invest a bit of that in some weaponry and protection. Let's make some armor and sword. Alright, so rod and ingots. We're doing it up. So, a rod for the sword. Right? And then should also be able to make our full set. Like that. And then, we don't need lanterns, but I feel like lanterns just be nice. Right? Like, we can't stick lanterns there, but we can stick a torch there. I feel like we might just end up using torches. Maybe for now? Yeah, probably. Let's chuck those in there. Rotten flesh not yet eaten. Let's throw on the not so Good-ium armor. And we've got that done. You might have noticed that we're going to need a lot more materials. Luckily, there's an ancient manual device specifically designed for smashing through large areas of rock at a fairly rapid pace. Grab some of those not so Good-ium ingots, make some rods and blocks, and make yourself your first smasher. Alright. Blocks, rods, and not so Good-ium. Got it. We might need a little bit more. I'm thinking... Alright, then we need... Yeah. We needed 2 rods or 1 rod? 2 rods. Just like that. We'll have our first not so Good-ium smasher. Mine's like a pickaxe, but in a 3x3. That's good. That's good, right? So I'm thinking snowballs. Oh wait, the snowballs go right into the drawer. Got it. And it makes water. Okie dokie. We do need a spider. Oh god, not the baby Sombro. Dang it. That's alright. I suppose we could just go out there and take them on, I suppose, eh? I'm not worried about the big one. Not run from me. Alright. Yeah, guys, we're doing it. Is that guy after me now? I think he is. Let's try to hit our bed. Yeah, there it is. Ow. Did not mean to do that. We probably could just, yeah, gank a water bucket. Task completed. Water bucket. We're not even there yet. I don't know. We're not there, but we need spider eye. So, you there, spider. Are going to be my subject. Yeah. Come over here and get this one too. Man, they dropped me nothing. That's crazy. really care about the creepers around here, but given we got that quest, no rewards, we can cook. We can cook. Alright, our not so good-ium is done. Let's throw those 4 in there. We can make bone meal, like so. Quest completed. Make yourself some meal from broth. Water bottle, alright. So that's what we do here. Water, bowl, bone, that's broth. Sounds good. It gives us the bowl back. Eat the rotten flesh just because we need to eat it. The spider eye we have to cook. Cook that thing. Oh, it still gives us... What? Still might give us hunger. But that's all of that done. Now we go to... Just don't quantum entangle those ones, please. Alright. Furnace, not so good-ium furnace, not so good-ium quantum collapser. Sorry. Don't panic, we're fairly certain that the singularities produced by the quantum collapser won't result in another uncontrollable feedback loop that destroys your local reality too. It's not like you have a choice anyway. We're going to have to try something to kickstart life as we know it. So grab some materials, make a few necessary ingredients, and build yourself a not so good-ium quantum collapser. Alright. If you pick up a quantum collapser, it will lose its current progress. Alright. So we need a furnace, which would be cobblestone? Oh, not so good-ium chunks. Got it. And then with the furnace, we go to not so good-ium furnace. Alright, we do need a lot of not so good-ium and just compact it. We will eat that because we can. And the only other good thing is broth. Right? So bone meal. Yeah, the broth. Is broth good for us? I don't know. And then this other thing, when it comes to automation, in the past we would have just suggested using your ME system and would have sent over the necessary peripherals. Unfortunately, that's no longer an option. What you can do, however, is turn to some more primitive yet still effective methods of storage and item transfer. The first step will be to make yourself some kind of chest from the local materials. Alright, not so good-ium chest. Right? Not so good-ium chest. Just like that. Basic storage. We'll plonk it right there. It's only 2. Alright, guys. It's only 2, but we've gotten decent progress on the quest book. Got the hammer, we got some food, we got some lights, we've got basic survivability all set. So with that being said, we're gonna wind things down here, and we'll see you guys in episode 2. Remember, if you like the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more episodes of Cuboid Outpost. Alright, bye bye.